Well, Jay has been a collector of ours for a long time, and so we're really interested in his interest in supporting institutions, mainly through a new fair. And this is our second time participating in a Korean art fair, which was really amazing. We've been very interested in learning more about the Asian art market and having exposure for our artists in different cities.
So at one point we know the organizer, and I know him since quite a while, and I know that he is really enthusiastic about art and not just interested in the art market. He's really a big fan of the artists and the art, and this convinced me that this new idea of a fair will be successful.
So basically, we started coming to South Korea, to Seoul with Frieze. So we did the first two editions. And this is where we met Jay, that organized Artono. And he very nicely invited us to join. And because we're developing our ties to Seoul, we decided that it was a great opportunity.
Now, you're a collector, obviously the young collector. So how did you start collecting art? And obviously at even a younger age.
So my mother, she loves art, music, and all the culture. Since I was so little, she brought me to museums and gallery exhibitions in many different locations, in different countries and different cities. But ironically, I hated art.
I was just gonna say, most young little boys don't like that.
It's because we have to be quiet, we can't run away, we can't be running around. And I didn't like art and music at all, but I'm married to a pianist.
Another artist.
Yes, now I collect and work in art. And since high school, I started collecting prints and editions and art toys, thanks to my friends at that time. Naturally, I started collecting with them together.
I hear you have a very large and prominent collection of your own, but you know, I'm hearing that you represent the MZ generation of collectors, so-called, yes.
Yeah.
And because you're not, obviously, you're unusual in certain ways, but it's not unusual for a young MZ generation in Korea especially to collect art. Why is that?
I'm curious why too. And I get that question from people in overseas, press, collectors and galleries. They want to know more about the younger generation of collectors in Korea. And I do see a lot of them in terms of numbers. Yeah. But most of them started during COVID period, obviously. And I think it's because in the past, people thought collecting is for people who are privileged, who has money and time. But now collecting arts it's becoming more like a culture in Korea. So a few years ago, I told my friends to go to galleries or museum exhibitions just to see art, and I tell them that I collect art, and they just didn't care at all. But nowadays, I hear from a lot of friends coming to me, asking me what to buy. They want to collect something, but they just don't know where and how. And I think now people understand the price range of art is big. There are some really expensive artworks, but there are some really affordable artworks. So I would say collecting art in Korea is becoming more like a culture. And nowadays I see younger generations, they obviously use online platform, Instagram, Google, so to do some research about the artists and their career. So I think that kind of boosts everything.